guys, we're heading to Lake Gregory today to chase some Aussie bass. I've never caught one. I'm really keen to get one in the kayak. The kayaks, we've just got the old 3-meter dragon kayak on the roof. We've done a lot at the boat lately, so I figured I'd give the kayak a go. I've got little vibes, I've got little hard bodies, I've got lots of little soft plastics, so I'm kind of hoping one of those will be good for bass today. I know it is winter, but we can do it. We know what we're doing. Trust me. I'm a professional fisherman. Nah, I'm fucking an idiot, but that's it. Righto guys, I'll talk to you when we get to this boat ramp, because that's the only way we're getting the kayak in the water. It's too many trees here, and the place to launch is currently underwater, so yeah, talk to you soon guys. Well, I broke my GoPro mount for the kayak. I'm at Lake Gregory, sitting amongst the trees. I've paddled from all the way over there. The troop carrier is nothing but a little speck right now. So that's a couple, at least 2 Ks I've paddled to get to here. The wind's blowing back towards the boat ramp, so if I get tired, at least I'll make it back. So I'm going to do the best I can to film this now that my mount's broken. Wet. Doesn't want to play the game. It's a fair bit of wind here too, so thank fuck I have some good microphones. So we're going to do a little bit of bass fishing here. See if I can jam that somewhere. It's going to stay still. Don't fall in, please. So it's a bit windy for the bait caster, so we're going to go with the egg beater. Now, I have got one of Fred Bunny's little 3-inch paddle tails, and I've got a little spoon on it just to give it an extra bit of zip in the water. Hopefully it attracts some bass. So this isn't the best camera work, sorry guys. I can only do what I can do when shit breaks. Don't even know where to cast, to be honest. That wasn't very far at all. Ooh, Jesus, that wind just picked up. Blowing me right out of here. It swims really nicely. Definitely has a fair bit of shine to it. So what I'll do is I'll cast out this side. I got a fair bit of leader on here, which is that noise that you can hear when I cast. That's purely because there's so much structure under the water here. Let's turn this kayak around. We're just going to do a little bit of trolling, I think. Definitely got some weed or something. Yep, a lot of weed. A lot of weed. Hey, at least I can't wrap it around the prop this time. That's a good start. I should have brought a head mount or a chest mount or something, but I didn't even think of it, to be honest. Well guys, like the rest of my trip, Lake Gregory's turning into a bit of a bust. The wind has picked up something fierce. It's actually making it really hard to stay in place and not hit trees and shit. So yeah, I'm spending more time dodging things than I am actually fishing, and it's just getting a bit much. So well, I don't like to give up on things. I'll probably be leaving here really soon and doing something else. I don't know what yet. But also there's a lot of trees that are sort of a little bit under the water, so you can't see them. And I've gone over a few, and the way things are looking, I think I might have actually punctured the kayak. So I think, whoa, fuck me, that was another one. You can't even see that one. Yeah, nah, that... If that didn't finish off the kayak, then... Yeah. Fuck's sake. I'll get it out of the water and have a look at it, but... Yeah, it's just getting a bit much to fish here with the wind being pushed around. So we'll whoa, fucking hell. Yep, didn't even see that one. Yep. This is the end of this trip. Fuck's sake, there's another one. Well, Lake Gregory was a bust. The wind picked up pretty hardcore. I kept getting swept over big logs and stuff. It was just damaging the kayak, so I called it. Yeah, that's kind of that really. So I'm gonna look for a couple spots on the way home, but maybe I'll go annoy Ruben. Yeah, see what happens. So talk to you soon. So, I'm not the only one doing voices on this video. I got Ruben in to talk through the pictures because we had to use pictures because we couldn't film because there was too many kids and people getting around, and I made an old lady friend, so I didn't want to film her.
Well, he could have filmed her, but it wouldn't have been that kind of film, I tell you. He made her smile. I made her giggle, but anyway, that's beside the point. Regardless of that, she was quite a nice lady. Loved her fishing just as much as we do. So. Yeah, actually, she was after rock cod, and she was talking about grunter and everything. And yeah, man, she was keen as, and she would have been pushing 70. Yeah, I reckon she would have had to been close to that. Yeah, she would have had to been close to 70, but she was still keen as mustard, man. And
yeah, her name was Susan. She was, yeah, man. Her dream fish was a big grunter.
Yeah, right. Well, there you go. Yeah, apparently so. Which I haven't actually caught in a long while, which really sucks.
Daintree River. That's what we're going to go, Daintree River.
Don't know if there's grunter in there, though.
Yeah, we'll find it.
Yeah. But anyway, so we'll get on to the first photo. This is my little adventure. I was at the Baffle, up there fishing. It was more of a family weekend. Took the missus and her young fella up there, and I did take my cameras with me, but I didn't end up getting to do any filming. You know, it was a bit fun trying to tie lines and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, we've got a couple of photos. So this first photo that we're looking at here is we've just launched the boat, and we're heading up the Baffle Creek. This is heading towards the mouth. Launched from what was it called? The place, I think it was Rocky Point Retreat. That's the one. It's actually a really nice little campground. So shout out to those guys. They bring down ensuite showers, mobile ensuite showers and toilet to your campsite and everything. It's actually really, really cheap. But nice place to stay. So anyway, we launched from there. They've got their own personal little boat ramp, and we're heading up the creek. Now, just after this shot was taken, Now, I'd been warned by multiple people that, yeah, well, look out for the rocks in Baffle Creek because there's shitloads of them. Well, I found that out the hard way. I was cruising along. Lucky I was only going slow because we had the young fella in the boat. And next thing you know, there's bang, 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 and I'm trying to get the motor up as quick as I could, try and get that. Thankfully, I had the trim tilt motor fixed. I'm trying to get that up, still failing that it didn't actually work too well. Yeah, well, that's what she said. Anyway, come on, enough talk about the old lady, okay? Leave Susan out of this one. Anyway, big gouge at the bottom of the boat, no holes, thank Christ. But I did snap a little bit off the bottom of the skeg, the bit below the prop. So I think that's what it's called, a skeg. But anyway. But anyway, got the motor up, and I very, very quickly marked that point on my sounder. So I knew where to dodge on the way back. But yeah, so we headed up, and we got to the next spot. Now, this photo here that you're looking at, this was our next spot. That's young Coops, and this is young fella. I'm measuring up his fish. Now, the cheeky little bugger, he outfished us, and I'm talking straight away. He had a whopper of a fish. Now, this went 32 centimeters of a brim. I think it's one of the biggest brim he's caught. Probably up there with one of the biggest brim I've ever, I don't think I've caught one bigger than that. But he was stoked. You can see the grin on his face. He didn't stop grinning for days. He thought it was great. Good fight, and yeah, played it really, really well. Doesn't like eating fish, but he loves catching fish, loves being out on the boat, loves fishing. But yeah, so that was good. We actually caught a couple of other undersized brim there in that spot as well. But then we moved on and went a bit further up the creek from there and managed to get another two legal brim on the boat, and we probably caught another 4 or 5 that were well undersized.
Yeah, for whatever reason, the baffle was going hard with brim. That was like the main species being caught. I was seeing them on the bank.
Yeah, that's what everybody was saying. The brim were just going absolutely maniac. Now, I don't know whether that's because they were spawning. I think the brim were actually spawning. It's the time of year where they come up the creek to spawn.
Yeah, right.
Because I noticed a lot of the ones that we were putting on the boat actually had the milk coming out of them. So the males sprog, obviously. Yeah, I got a lot of jizz on my boat, and it wasn't from me. I was pissed off. But anyway, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why it was. They were having a good run.
Yeah, well, this next photo that's just popped up is where I was fishing off the bank, and all those brim the brim I was catching were hanging around all these logs and stuff. I was obviously fishing at a higher tide, but I had to come back and take the photo because I didn't think to take the photo. Susan was there because she was taking photos.
Yeah. He was too busy making an old lady smile. Probably slide off a fishing pole too, but anyway.
So, easy to access land-based spot right in front of the campgrounds. Now, I was just pulling fish on fresh mullet, which we'd caught.
That would have been the week before, I think. Oh, no, 2 weeks before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks before.
Because we did our testing audio video.
That's right, yeah.
That's when we got that bait. I ended up giving her the big mullet and a few of the other ones just because after I caught a few fish, I was kind of done.
And she was only fishing with chicken.
Yeah, she was fishing with chicken, which wasn't doing too well. She's getting bites, but it wasn't doing too well.
Yeah, right.
And then I tried out the lures from Fred Bunny, and this one got absolutely nailed by a Shuma brim.
Yeah, that got hammered, man. Like, it's for something to smack it like that. I mean, I guess, yeah, it probably was a brim, because that's what was around smashing, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, that got absolutely torn apart.
How'd it swim?
Really, really nicely. All of his plastics swim so fucking smooth.
Yeah, I got to admit I used the little prawn lure of his, snipped the legs like you said, and that swims really nicely too. I got a couple of hits on that, a couple of really good hits on that. Unfortunately, no hookups, but I didn't really fish it too hard either. I was more just bait fishing. So
yeah, and then with the fresh mullet, I got this guy. He was, I don't know what size he was, but he had a good chunk taken out of him by something.
Now, there was a lot of the old guys that I was talking to that were doing a lot of fishing around the baffle that weekend. and they were actually saying they were pulling quite a lot of brim out of the water with saws on them, quite like that. So I don't know whether that had to do with the fresh that was pumping through there, or whether there was something that was, attacking them, maybe sea lice or something like that. I really don't know. But yeah, apparently there was quite a few being caught with spots on them like that.
Yeah, well, I've seen a few. Even you guys brought one back.
Yeah, that had a little blemish on it. Yeah, it was only small, but it did have a little mark on it.
Yeah.
Mind you, in saying that, once we took the skin off, the mark wasn't through to the meat, so it was still all good. We ate it anyway. We didn't get crook. I'm pretty sure I'm growing a second head, but I don't think that's from the fish. Thanks, you, Al. Yeah, well, ding, 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 ding. Yep. But yeah, so I don't think they're bad to eat, but I don't know. With a saw that size and a few others that were getting big like that, I think it'd be a bit iffy.
They said don't touch them, and that's gone right through, so left him alone. And then lastly, I pulled in this 31 centimetre brim, so it was full of good sized brim right off the back of the baffle, and obviously by boat as well. If you're taking a boat, be fucking careful, because as you saw in my photo, that was the main channel, and that's how fucking shallow it got.
Extremely careful. Even on high tide, it is a really, really shallow system through there. Now, I didn't get to explore it too much, but it's shallow, so you want to take it real easy until you get to know the place, because it's like that. I mean, there was a lot of boats that were actually flogging around there going hardcore, but
I saw.
They obviously knew where the channels were and everything like that, But yeah, definitely, if you're a first time with a boat in the baffle, definitely take it easy.
Yep. Yeah, well, we'll be doing a lot more trips away and stuff now that I'm buying another vehicle to use while the trip carrier gets some body work done, because I've used and abused that vehicle a little bit too much over the past 6 years, including rolling it right after rebuilding it.
Yeah.
Don't recommend it.
Roll over Rover, except it's a trippy.
But I mean, it wasn't a proper rollover. It bounced back on its wheels after.
Yeah, well, you keep saying that, but still, I guess technically you didn't end up on the roof.
No, I hit
on its side.
Lay it over, and then I got back up.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm tired, I'm having a rest, and you're like, no, you're not, get up. And I was like, okay.
It was uncomfortable. Especially for me.
Yeah. I can't say being on its side in that thing would be too fun at all.
No.
Especially not if you're stuck in a seatbelt.
Nope.
Well, if you weren't in your seatbelt, you would have been on the passenger side.
Yeah, I had my seatbelt on. I had my friend in the passenger side.
Huh?
He was nearly in the drink.
I bet, and he would have been fucking shitting himself something fierce.
I wish I could include a video, but I've got a video of him rolling his FJ40, so it's not his first time.
Oh, okay, right. So he's well adept at rolling cars.
Yeah, I'll download the video one day and I'll get permission to put it on the end of one of our videos, because fuck, it's funny. I mean, he did go unconscious and hit the accelerator while it was upside down, and all sorts of god-awful things, but it's still funny.
Yeah, that's a whoopsie moment.
Yeah, that's a whoopsie moment. We might conclude our audio for there, because that has come to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
There you go, 20-minute video.
Yeah. Well, guys, that was our trip to Baffle. That was at the end of Harley's little road run. And, yeah, we'll go from there and see you in the next one.
Gotchas.
Well, guys, it's day 3. I didn't really get to do too much fishing. I went down to the Baffle where I was fishing yesterday and took some photos. I still couldn't film any of the area because there was too many kids and people walking around. I don't really want to catch other people on camera. So I've just come to the very top of the Baffle and tried to get in, but it's all gated, which is what I'm leaning against and what the camera's sitting on. So I didn't get to do as much fishing as I wanted to. A lot of the places I wanted to go were inaccessible. I'm not really willing to go into private property because it looks like a lot of the roads actually lead to people's houses or go past people's houses to get to these areas, which, I don't know, it just seems a bit intrusive of me. So at the end of the day, I did 500-600 kilometers and I still got another hour and a half to go to get home. So, there's nothing better than getting in the car and doing a few hundred kilometers listening to some good music. For me, that was Amity Affliction's album, Chasing Ghosts. Absolutely loved that. I got to see some awesome scenery that I haven't really seen because I've travelled the main highway and not all the little back roads. It's been an absolutely great experience. It's really good for your head as well. I've had a lot of work going on. I've had a lot of things going on. And it's just get out. It's good to get out and clear the head. as I say, when one door closes, another one opens, so better things to come ahead. So probably end this video here, unless I can find somewhere else on the way back, but I hope this wasn't as much fishing as we wanted, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Something a bit different. Let us know if you liked it or hated it. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one.
And the boat sails on like you sang in your song, and my mind feels clearer several years on.